What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color and to another episode of This Week in Physical Media, where we talk about every new Blu-ray and 4K release that's coming out for the week. All these titles will be dropping tomorrow on Tuesday, November the 5th. We're recording this show like we always do, Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here on YouTube with a live audience. Feel free to come and join us because it's always a good time. We will have plenty of time to talk all about movies and physical media and collecting and whatever else you guys want to talk about tonight because it is a lighter week. We do have some big ones, but it's overall kind of a smaller week for new releases. We've got 3 of my favorite movies of all time getting 4K upgrades this week. And we're also right in the midst of the 50% off Criterion sale at Barnes & Noble, so feel free to bring up anything about that you want to talk about, what you're picking up, what you plan to pick up. We're, of course, going to talk about Criterion. We can't get through the night without talking about that, but we got a lot to get through, so we'll go ahead and jump right into it. First, though, let me see who's in the chat and talk to you guys a little bit, do some shout-outs. G-Man, ooh, that's a name I don't read often. There we go. It says The Searchers has been announced for 4K. That's actually big news. Pretty cool. Baloney is so excited for the Criterion sale this month. Michael Smith already broke his promise to only get two Criterions. That's crazy, man. But you've already broken it. 9 he's got so far. That's a ton. Wow. It's only like the 4th. How have you got 9 already? I already did make a trip as well. I went out with Grace and John, and we picked up a few. That video will be up shortly. I actually had to play catch-up this morning, edited a bunch of videos. I made a short for Noirvember. If you didn't see that, check that one out. That was a lot of fun. And then I just edited a video today that was an older hunting video, a secondhand store video that Grace and I did a while back. Beginning of October, finally got that edited and up, and that will be up tomorrow morning early, so make sure you stay tuned for that, and then we'll get right into the Criterion hauls for the rest of the month. Josh Knoll is here. He is waiting patiently for the new Criterion trilogy that he just purchased. Evil Wax is popping in. Carrie Witt again. Jeffrey Patrone, thanks for popping in. Ethan Edwards is here, and Kieran is here. First time watching this live. Hey, welcome to the stream. Rough being from England. Love the content even though I don't collect media. Oh, great. Well, that's the biggest compliment that you can give me because I'm talking about something that you don't even care about, but you're still listening. And thank you for tuning in all the way from England. That's a heck of a time difference, so I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and jump into the new releases, and then we'll talk to you guys as we go through. Sprinkle these in here and there. First one, big one. Speaking of Criterion, Godzilla getting a 4K release. It's a 4K digipack. It's going to be the same release as the Blu-ray, which I do have. Haven't decided if I'm going to upgrade this one yet. I don't feel like I need to upgrade it right away. Maybe sometime down the line. I think I'm fine with the Blu-ray for now. I don't know. It depends if I hear like it's really, really different. I love this packaging though. The packaging has got this kind of pop-up Godzilla on there. Such a cool release. Really like this one. The only problem is the booklet doesn't have anywhere to go. There's nothing to hold it in there, so it's just kind of flailing around. But I really like this movie, and I really like this release from Criterion. I'm assuming all the supplements and everything are going to be the same. It is just a 4K upgrade, and that means that it'll be at the $50 price tag. But of course, this month, everything's 50% off. You can get it for $25, which is a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal for a classic early 50s monster film from Japan. And then another one of my favorite films is also getting a 4K upgrade. Grace and I watch this every single year. It is White Christmas. White Christmas is getting a 4K upgrade. We do a couple of these Christmas movies every year. I think the last couple of years we did Christmas Vacation. I think we did Christmas Story as well. And I think we've already done Holiday Inn. So now we're getting White Christmas, which is the later film starring Bing Crosby. And here it is. I'll show you what the overview looks like. I'm actually pretty torn because I love this movie, but I really like my release of it. This is like this, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up on camera, but this packaging is really, really nice. It's got texture. It's got embossing. It's got all this really cool stuff. It's a very nice slipcover. But I also really like this new release with the original poster. I love the original poster. It looks great. There you go. Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, another one of my favorites, Rosemary Clooney. Stacked cast. If you don't like musicals, you probably won't like this because it's just kind of a standard Musical, I'm sure some people will think it's a little sappy, but I love it, and we watch it every year. It's great, and I usually am not one to upgrade to the 4K, but that is a really nice looking release. It's available on Amazon right now for $24.34. That's a 70th anniversary. Wow. That looks really interesting. But even more tempting than that one is another one of my favorite movies from 1939. I'm still rocking the Blu-ray version here. I don't even have a 4K of it, which is kind of a crime because this is one of my top 100 movies of all time, and it's The Wizard of Oz. Everybody knows what it is. I like that release. It's got like a little slipcase that slides out from the side. It's nice, but this 4K looks amazing. I'm very jealous of people that have already been reviewing this 4K. I gotta start talking to people. I don't know how you get stuff sent to you, but there you go. The Wizard of Oz 85th Anniversary Edition. It's a steelbook. Comes with an outer slip box as well. Comes with all these goodies inside. This is the kind of stuff I like. I'm not really crazy about art cards or with like new art on them, but if you're going to do old like promotional artwork from the actual time period, this is really cool. There's like a little replica of a ticket to the film over here. All of these like sample posters from the time. This is really cool. A lot of cool stuff. The only problem is it's so expensive. I don't know why it's so expensive. It's insane. Its list price is $75. And it's only at $68 right now. I've been holding off. I did not pre-order this one. I was hoping it would drop a little bit more. Maybe it will tomorrow after it comes out. I would love it to be. I did see it on like Orbit DVD, which I've never bought from before, for like $55. I might have to go and buy it off of there because this is not coming down. It's still $68, which is a bummer. I think Diabolic has it for $65, which is still super pricey for a steelbook. So I haven't bought it yet. I really, really want it. So hopefully I can get my hands on one before it goes out of print. It looks incredible. It's a 4K limited gift set. It's got the Blu-ray and a digital included. You saw all the memorabilia it comes with. Look at these pictures down here. It just looks beautiful. I love it. Look at the back. I haven't even seen the back. It's the first time I saw the back. I'm going to have to get it. It's like a hard box. I'm going to have to get it. It's just, I got to buy Criterions this month. I don't have any extra cash floating around, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to get my hands on that. But hopefully I can get it before it goes out of print because then it'll be even more expensive. But 3 classics, some of my favorite movies ever, getting 4Ks this month. Hopefully I can get those at some point, but I don't know. We'll see. TBD. I'll let you guys know. Quietly Games popped into the stream. Welcome to the stream. Last Movie Standing says, I'm waiting till the end of the month to jump on my Criterion buys. Luckily, Criterion stays in stock. No FOMO, LOL. Absolutely. Thank goodness, because that's one of the things that kills me is those limited editions from all the other labels. Criterion doesn't do that, and that's really cool, and I respect them a lot for that. That's pretty cool. Connor popping in the stream. Welcome to the stream. Internet user. Those clothes on the White Christmas cover look extremely comfortable. They are very fluffy. No Borders popping in. Thanks for popping in. Had a few Criterions I wanted to go out of stock at the end of the Barnes & Noble summer sale. Had to wait for the flash sale in October. Carrie Witt, I'm going to get the Oz 4K set. If it drops around 50, it's got to get around. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd drop 50 on it in a heartbeat, but 68 is super steep. That's a lot. Michael Smith was going to get the Oz, but that Blu-ray is so loaded with extras and it looks fine for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm totally fine with this. It is one of my favorites, so I would like to upgrade at some point. But yeah, great releases so far. We're going to get into a few more here. The next one on the list is a 2002 film called We Were Soldiers, coming out from Paramount Pictures. This is a historical war drama film. I've actually not heard of this, but I guess it stars Mel Gibson, and it is the first time on 4K as well. Paramount putting out a lot of 4Ks lately. Story of the first major battle of the American phase of the Vietnam War and the soldiers on both sides that fought it. So there you go. If you love your war films, there's one from Paramount. It's not on sale. It's $29 right now on Amazon, which I guess is actually pretty reasonable for a 4K release usually. I mean, lately they've been $30, $35, so that's not too bad. It also has a Blu-ray and digital as well. So there you go. If you missed that one from 2002, that one is coming out tomorrow. And then Trap, one of the first new movie that we're going to talk about this evening. This is a 2024 film from M. Night Shyamalan. I've heard mixed things about this one. Haven't seen it yet. Didn't see it in the theater. It is just a 4K and digital. There's no Blu-ray on this one. There's what the slip looks like. very similar. It's a concert film. You've probably seen the trailer about this one. But yeah, there you go. M. Night Shyamalan's latest feature. A father and teen daughter attend a pop concert where they realize they're at the center of a dark and sinister event. If you love that one, there is the standard 4K slipcover edition. I'm sure there's a Steelbook somewhere. Did it not get a Steelbook? I am not seeing a Steelbook version. I'm seeing a Blu-ray version. I guess it doesn't have a Steelbook. I guess it's not big enough of a film to get multiple versions. Anyway, let's move on to some Kino Lorber releases. We've got Rules of Engagement coming from Kino Lorber this week. It's a 4K. The Kino Lorber sale is over, but this one, Kino Lorber, their prices are usually pretty reasonable anyway. This one right now is half off on Amazon. It's $19.99 right there, and I'll show you what the slip looks like on that one. Tommy Lee Jones and Samuel Jackson, both of them so young, but still old looking. I feel like those guys, did they just come out of the womb looking like old men? Look at that. I don't know what year is this? Okay, it's only 2000, so I guess it's not that early. Maybe they're just photoshopped weird on that cover, but they look like babies, but also old men. I don't know what's going on with that cover, but there you go. You got the 4K Blu-ray combo pack there from Kino Lorber. They always put out great stuff, consistently putting out stuff every single week. Let's jump into another 4K from them that's coming out today. This is 1971's Fright. 4K Blu-ray combo pack as well, a horror thriller film from 1971 about a teenage babysitter, Amanda, who arrives at the Lloyd's home to watch their young son for the evening, but it seems that the strangely nervous Mrs. Lloyd is hiding a shocking secret. 70s horror. I've been watching, most of them have been Czech horror films from the 70s. But I did watch one American horror film from the 70s this month, and that was Sisters. And this is bringing me back to that because this looks very similar to something that happens in that film. Very disturbing film. I don't know if this one is or not. Maybe this is a little bit more schlocky. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But that is Fright 4K coming to Kino Lorber tomorrow as well. Any other Kino Lorbers we can knock out while we're talking about them? I think that's it. There's a Blu-ray version of Fright. This might be a smaller week for Kino Lorber. They do have one coming out from Cohen, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's do one more here. Let's jump into these Arrow Shout Factory releases. Excuse me. This is Escape from New York, getting a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook edition. A lot of people love this movie. This is John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Look at this Steelbook. It's beautiful. Beautiful Steelbook. I love this kind of graffiti, hand-drawn effect whenever they can do this. And I love when Shout Factory does special releases, Steelbook releases. Most of the time their releases are pretty plain Jane, standard looking releases. This looks great though. I like it quite a bit. I have not seen this film, but the Steelbook looks good. Makes me want to check it out. It's a 4K Blu-ray combo pack as well. $36 on sale at $36. $45 list price. Shout Factory is getting kind of crazy with those as well. And then we'll jump back. We'll take a break there and we'll talk to you guys and see what you guys are saying in the live chat. Dan's Den, I'll jump in right here. Trap was quite good for the first half, so apparently it goes downhill after that, according to Dan's Den. Carrie Witt, Trapped. Another disappointing outing from Shyamalama Ding Dong. I don't know if that's offensive. I'm just reading comments, people. The comments of the person speaking do not reflect the commentary of Films by Color. Bailey Walsh, I still have a VHS of Wizard of Oz. It was one of my most watched movies as a kid, but even more so, the features that play after the movie. I forget what it's called, but it's hosted by Angela Lansbury. I used to love those, and there's so many special features that are burned into my mind. I think the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man, I think that was just a goofy music video. But I remember a lot of VHS tapes had special features that would just play after the credits. And that was really cool. And that was fun. It's the same nostalgic feeling you get when when trailers would play before on VHS tapes. And there's some trailers for movies I've never seen that have lines of dialogue just burned into my head because I would watch the VHS tapes all the time. You don't get that anymore. You don't get force-fed special features anymore. You have to actually go hunt for them on the disc. Dan's Den, Rules of Engagement looks great, but a lot of it is unfortunately the worst example of moderate nonsense. Evil Wax, haven't seen Trap yet, but I'm ambivalent as Shyamalan has not done a good movie in a while. A lot of people think that. I haven't watched any of his stuff in a while. I kind of got burnt out on him, but I feel like he has some M. Night Shyamalan apologists out there that love his stuff still. So maybe you're one of them. I heard good things about his one from last year with Batista in it. Carrie Witt, I feel like Knights loved and liked outings, including Sixth Sense and maybe Signs and or Village, and that's it. That's it. You don't even like Unbreakable. Wow. I like Unbreakable. I haven't gone back to it in a while, but I think it's fun. Maybe not fun. It's a little depressing, but I think it's interesting. Posty says Fright is known for being the first slasher where the killer targets a babysitter. Wow, that's pretty cool. I love when you get to watch the films that set up the tropes. I actually just bought. I've got a lot of stuff over here actually that I need to open and do some videos for. But this one is one of those films. It's a trilogy of films that sets up all of the tropes for an entire genre, and I can't wait to watch it. I'm so happy I found a good deal on that. Evil Wax liked Unbreakable when it came out. Have maybe seen it once since then. Same. I haven't gone back to it much either. Let me maybe jump back. Maybe one more here. Kevin House popped in. Welcome to the stream, Kevin. Hello all. Just got back from my friend's house. She likes Rex Harrison. Hey, My Fair Lady. Incredible. Dr. Dolittle. Still fun. So I showed her The Ghost and Mrs. Mrs. Muir, which she had never seen. Well, cool. I love that you're out there spreading the love of movies with your friends. Let's jump back into some movies here. We've got the 4:30 movie, getting a 4K Blu-ray digital combo pack from Lionsgate. This is a comedy about a group of teens in the 1980s that spend the day theater hopping. How relatable is that? I've never done that, actually, so it's not very relatable to me, but like I'm assuming they're like jumping in and out of movies that they didn't pay for. I'm assuming. I don't want to make assumptions, but that's what I got from the synopsis. Pretty cool slipcover for a very low budget film from 1980. I'm assuming 1980. Excuse me, what am I talking about? 88 minutes. This is a new film from 2024. I guess I just bought into this slipcover and thought it was authentic. No, this is a new film. This is a throwback. This is. I mean, we've done so many 80s throwbacks at this point, but hopefully this is a good one. It's not just cashing in. It actually feels authentic. This is a 2024 movie. I haven't even heard of it, but hopefully it's pretty good. That's the 4:30 movie. It's an Amazon exclusive steelbook. So there you go. Amazon is weird. Like they are so random with their exclusives. Like you just out of the blue, you get an exclusive from Amazon, and then you go like months and months without hearing from them, and then they'll just drop another one on a super obscure 2024 movie. Weird. I don't understand you, Amazon. Strange Darling from last year, 2023, horror film getting a Blu-ray release. Is this for the first time? Is this finally getting a Blu-ray? Here we go. Strange Darling. I've actually seen a lot of buzz on this on Letterboxd. I've seen a lot of people that I know and friends of mine that have seen this recently. So maybe it's getting a bump from getting this Blu-ray release coming out. From the same producer of Barbarian and Late Night with the Devil. So a lot of horror movies that I've been hearing a lot about lately. So there you go. Strange Darling is getting a Blu-ray release, just a simple bare bones release from Magenta Light Studios. Very low bare bones release, but it's $30 right now on Amazon. So it's still pretty pricey. Hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully it's a good enough movie that you're willing to pay that much if you're a super fan. Then we're going to MVD, a boutique label that I wish I had more of. This is a documentary from them, 1982. Can't get away from the 80s. And the very similar cover art as well. We got the purple neon and the type style and everything. This is from MVD, and it's a documentary, I'm assuming, about the 80s. An epic documentary spotlighting the pop culture milestones of 1982, including notable motion pictures, TV, music, and video games of that seminal year. So all about a documentary all about 1 year, 1982. This came out in 2022, a couple of years ago. It's a TV miniseries, so it's longer than a movie. And it's only $25 on Amazon right now. Or you can go to MVD's site and probably pick it up there for the same price. Then we've got Blink Twice, another horror movie that came out this year, 2024. Heard a lot of things about this. Both actors, the lead actor and the director, were in Zoe Kravitz and what is his name? Channing Tatum. They were both in the Criterion Closet earlier this year promoting this film. It's called Blink Twice. I have heard that it takes it's influenced by some recent horror classics. I've heard good things and not so great things about it. It's kind of a mixed bag, at least from the people I know. But Blink Twice is getting a Blu-ray and digital combo pack, $21 on Amazon right now. And let's do one more here. This is way down on the list. Heard nothing but not great things about this one. It's The Crow getting a 4K Steelbook. Look at this. This is from Lionsgate Films. Again, Amazon exclusive Steelbook, 4K Blu-ray digital combo pack. This came and went out of the theaters faster than you could even watch the film. This is a beautiful Steelbook, though. I love what the Steelbook looks like. It's one of the Lionsgate Steelbooks. It's got the slipcover over top of it. It looks great. I don't know if I ever want to watch the film. I didn't hear anything good about it, but that is the Amazon exclusive Steelbook. We've also got the standard 4K Lionsgate Steelbook that looks like that. Lionsgate is in bed with everybody. They're doing Walmart exclusive Steelbooks, Amazon exclusive Steelbooks. They used to do Best Buy exclusive. They'll just team up with anybody. Sorry, Lionsgate. I'm not trying to say anything bad about you, but you're really getting all around town. That's the other Steelbook for Crow. Let's see if there's a standard release. It is. It's even farther down the list. There it is. That's the standard Blu-ray version. Same artwork as the other Steelbook. So if you want the Crow, you've got several options. I don't know what the target demographic is for that, but maybe there's an audience. Maybe it'll be a cult. Maybe it'll have a cult following like the original Crow. Who knows? Maybe so. But that's coming out this week as well. We got a few more to tackle, but let's see what people are saying in the live chat. Where did I leave off? Bailey Walsh. It's probably what made me realize that I love behind the scenes special features. Growing up after watching a movie with my family, I'd ask who wants to watch the special features. No one else would want to. Same. Hopefully my kids are into it because Grace is not really into it. Every time we watch a Criterion, I'll throw on some special features right afterwards and she'll just go upstairs. She has no interest, but I love that kind of stuff. I love to dig in and learn as much as I can about the movie right after I watch it. Carrie Witt, 4:30 is the latest Kevin Smith movie. Oh, interesting. Wow. I didn't even know that. Connor, imagine being a Kevin Smith fan when you could have been watching Richard Linklater. Wow. Okay. Well, I know you love Linklater, so that makes sense. But Kevin Smith has fans. Henry Biden Cap, those people interested in the Made in England, the films of Powell and Pressburger, TCM is showing it this Thursday night. Oh, I no longer have live TV, but I would be interested in that if I still had TCM. Carrie Witt says Strange Darling is pretty good. Strange Darling is getting a 4K in the UK, says Jason. Well, that sucks. Well, don't buy the Blu-ray then, because hopefully it'll come here soon. Hopefully a similar thing will happen that happened with The Holdovers, where they got the 4K first, and then we just got one announced soon. Is it out yet? I still haven't picked it up if it is out. Hopefully it's coming out soon. Let's see. Carrie Witt says 1982 was the best year. Yeah, there's a lot of good movies that came out that year. I don't think there's any of my favorite movies that came out that year, but I know a lot of people love that year. Connor Nielsen, all the late summer movies getting dropped on physical at once. Yeah, so this is a catch-all week where all these ones are coming out. Carrie Witt, The Crow remake. Why, God, why? The remake nobody asked for and even less people watched. Yeah, was not highly reviewed. Like I said, I didn't hear anything great about it, but at least we got a cool Steelbook if anyone wants to pick it up. I do not know how to pronounce this name. Maybe help me out in the chat, but it is a new subscriber on Syed. New subscriber here, loving your guys' Blu-ray hunting vlogs. Question, how did you begin collecting and how did you budget your 4K Blu-ray into your monthly budgets as someone who is starting out? Incredible questions. Both of those could be entire videos, but what did you say first? How did you begin collecting? I began collecting, like all of us do, in high school when we get our first job and we have no responsibilities, we have no bills, we have no wife, no kids, we can just spend our money on whatever we want. And I started collecting in high school. I started collecting almost exclusively on eBay. I bought some stuff on Amazon, but mostly on eBay for like cheaper prices. I was very cheap and I got pretty much all of my stuff back there used because I don't need new things. I've never been someone who needs the new one. I've never had anything not play. I've never had anything damaged from eBay. You hear horror stories about that, but I've never had any problems with it. It's always great. So I bought most of my stuff on eBay. How do you budget your 4K Blu-ray into your monthly budget as someone who is starting out? Well, now I try to limit myself to like what I earn through YouTube and try to limit it to that. It gets a little out of hand when the Criterion sales come and Grace wants to join in, or when we go to these Blu-ray hunting videos that you mentioned and Grace wants to get in on it and we start, buying things. So we try to keep it under control. Not really been the best at budgeting. Need to get better about that. I'm hoping to be better about that in 2025 and kind of keep it under control. Turning this into a channel has helped and given me a little bit more money to go into that, but it's not much, and I do have to go beyond that sometimes, a lot of times. So yeah, not the best for budgeting, but I would just, like, we do have like personal spending money in our budget. My wife and I combine finances, so we have the budget each month, and we have personal spending money that we can use for whatever we want, and just kind of keeping track of it. That's really the best thing you can do, is just keep track. Once you stop keeping track of everything you're spending, it goes crazy, because you're just not even paying attention. You just spend little things here and there, $10 movies here and there, really start to add up, and it can get really out of control. So the biggest tip I can give you is just keep track of it. There's like free budgeting sites that you can just keep track of everything, and get better. I'll get better about that. I'll collect my thoughts and actually do like a video about that. I've always wanted to do like tips for collectors videos, and I know I have a lot in here. I need to get it out on paper before I can say it. I wouldn't feel comfortable just speaking into a camera, which is what I'm doing right now. So let's move on. But thank you so much for your questions. Glad you found us, and welcome to the stream. Let's get back. I see some other good questions, but let's get back over here and do some newer releases. Krampus is getting a 4K Steelbook as well. Krampus from 2015 from Shout Factory. So Shout Factory doing several Steelbooks this month. That's a really cool Steelbook. Let me know about Krampus, guys. You know me, I love Christmas, favorite time of the year. I love collecting Christmas movies, and I love me some like that. This is my kind of horror, actually, like folklore and like this in monster movies. That's the horror I can actually vibe with. Even though this I feel like is basically just a slasher film with a monster, so it might be a little bit more in the gray area, but. Krampus, is it good? Is it worth it? Should I put it in my Christmas collection? Is it worth a watch? I like the Steelbook. I like it. It's kind of fun. It's like from the perspective of Santa or Krampus as he's delivering the presents. It's pretty cool. I like the artwork. Let's see what the back looks like. Oh, it's just covered up. I can't see the back. But you guys let me know about Krampus. That might be one I can pick up from Shout Factory next month, this holiday season. I don't know what Christmas movies I'm picking up this year yet, but that might be one of them. We've got Cohen Media Group, which is distributed through Kino Lorber. You can get it on the Kino Lorber site or on Amazon. They put out modern movies most of the time. This is another one. This is 2024 documentary, Made in England, the films of Palin Pressburger, which someone just mentioned, being played on TCM. If you don't have TCM and you want to buy it, here we go. Look at this. We've got a shot from The Red Shoes. We've also got a shot from Black Narcissus. Both incredible films, both films that I love. Speaking of Christmas time, Black Narcissus has a little Christmas scene, takes place around that time. This is cool. I didn't know this documentary was happening. I would love to watch it, though. This is actually really cool. Cohen Media Group. Have a couple of their releases. Not enough, though. Should pick up more of those. They're very cheap, $20, very similar to Kino Lorber. And another Christmas movie coming out. This is Last Christmas, which I never thought would get a 4K release. I just bought the Blu-ray beginning of this year for Grace, because Grace really liked this movie when it came out. She really, really connected with the Emilia Clarke character. Also, Emma Thompson is hilarious in this movie. We had a good time with it. It was a solid 3-5. I don't know. I had a good time with it. Perfect. I mean, your standards are maybe a little bit lower around Christmas time because, I don't know, at least mine, if you love Christmas movies. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite fun. It is a twisty kind of movie, but it's the same twist that's kind of been done a lot. So if you've seen similar films to this, it probably didn't hit you as hard, but I don't know. I liked it quite a bit, especially when I watched it with my wife, who really enjoyed it. There you go. Last Christmas, $30 is a little steep, and it doesn't have a slipcover or anything. It's just kind of a bare bones release. But if you want to see that in 4K, maybe check it out. It also has Michelle Yeoh is in that. Michelle Yeoh's fun, and she plays Santa. Not actually Santa, but her name is Santa. Her character name is Santa. And then we've got The Proud and Profane. There's that Kino Lorber I was looking for. The Proud and the Profane, starring William Holden and Deborah Kerr. Look at that. The Proud and the Profane from Kino Lorber. Not a 4K release. This is just a standard Blu-ray, it looks like, but it does have a slipcover. It is another war drama in the Pacific during World War II. A Roman Catholic widow falls for a tough lieutenant colonel. So a little bit of romance in there. A romantic drama. $17.50 right now on Amazon. So it looks like Kino Lorber is still on sale on Amazon. So if you want to still get some of those ones that you missed in the sale, maybe pick those up. Another Amazon exclusive Steelbook. I wish all these were together, but we're kind of getting to them as we see them. John Wick 4K is getting an Amazon exclusive Steelbook from Lionsgate's Films. This is from Titans of Cult. Interesting. I need to look more into this whole thing because it's Amazon exclusive, but it's like a partnership with Titans of Cult. This looks ridiculous. Look at this insane. What is happening? I can't even tell what I'm looking at here. It's a Steelbook, but it's got like a slit box over the top of it with like a cardboard door that opens up, and there's like the art cards are shaped like a car and wheels. This is bananas. I'm going to need to watch a video of someone unboxing this because I don't even really know what's happening. But there you go. If you love John Wick, you probably already own it like 6 different times. There's been so many different releases of John Wick and many different Steelbooks. But if you want to pay $60 more and get an Amazon exclusive Steelbook with a Lionsgate treatment, there you go. There it is. It looks pretty cool. That's all I can say. And we got one more Kino Lorber here from, that's just a Blu-ray, and it is The Court Martial of Billy Mitchell, another war drama. So they've got kind of a theme going on. This is from 1955, a little bit earlier. No synopsis for The Court Martial of Billy Mitchell, but you kind of know what you're getting. It's a war drama film. There you go. Directed by Otto Preminger. Oh, that's good. That's actually great. I've only seen one Otto Preminger film, but I absolutely loved it. It was the Jimmy Stewart film that I'm not going to remember the name of right now, but it's a court drama. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. The big court drama that he did with James Stewart. Incredible film. I need to watch more Preminger stuff. I loved everything I learned about him on that Criterion release. And we have just a handful more, but the chat's going crazy over here. So let me talk to the chat real quick. And please, thank you. Anatomy of a Murder. I knew it. I knew it was going to come to me as soon as you mentioned. But yeah, incredible film. One of the best Criterions I've seen. Highly recommend. What are people saying over here? Carrie Witt, when it comes to boutique labels, only buy sales unless it's something you know will sell out. VSU, Umbrella Stuff, Arrow box sets, etc. Great tip. There's another great tip. Yeah, you got to wait for the sales. That's a great tip, but also like they get you with the limited editions. Like I'm trying to collect Death Crocodile now. I wanted to collect the cinematograph stuff. That stuff is limited edition. That goes out of print. Arrow always has those limited edition, big slit box set releases. Those go out of print. So pretty much every other label besides Criterion, or like second run, that all the other labels have these incentives to buy them right when they come out, or you miss out on the releases and you have to get the standard versions. Indicator does the same thing. It sucks. It's a bummer if you're I don't know, if you're like a very particular collector like I am, and a lot of us are. It's tough. You got to really prioritize. That's the big thing. Prioritize what you're actually going to collect. Don't try to be a completionist. Never try to be a completionist, because that is how you go broke. Let's see. Posty, thanks for the heads up on that Pal and Pressburger documentary airing on TCM. Just set the DVR. Oh, sweet. Well, thank you. I'm glad he did that for you. Carrie Witt. I think the John Wick set is meant to mimic its case of stuff he had in the floor. Okay. That makes sense. Prisms collector. Oh, interesting. Kevin House says that Laura is also an Otto Preminger film. I did see Laura too, so I guess I've seen 2 of his films. That's right. Prisms. Hello, I just picked up DP and W on DVD and Twisters on DVD as well. DP and W. Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine. I was like, what is that? That sounds much worse than it is. Cool. Congratulations. I have not seen either of those yet. Those are new ones. CPS 1980, The Wizard of Oz 4K edition was $458 up here in Canada. The US got shafted on the price. Wow, congratulations to you. Usually you guys get the short end of the stick when it comes to prices, but looks like the tables have turned, at least with this one release. So I guess you can celebrate with that one. I'm jealous. 58, still pretty pricey, but it's better than 68. Dan's Den, Anatomy of a Murder is the movie, by the way, and I deleted my post in jest. I saw your first one, and that's a great movie. Wonderful film. What else do we got? The Crow getting There are three. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So we already looked at two Steelbooks for The Crow, the Amazon exclusive and the standard Steelbook, both 4K. This is another 4K Steelbook from Lionsgate, but this is the Walmart exclusive 4K Steelbook. So that's what that one looks like. So you've got three different options. If you're a completionist Steelbook collector, I guess you got to get all three of them. This is what the Walmart one looks like if you can find it in your local Walmart. If your Walmart's one of the ones that actually has a Steelbook section, there you go. That's the artwork on that one. Tons and tons of options for the Crow fans out there. Frankie Frico. If you haven't seen this, go watch the trailer. Somebody mentioned this in a recent stream. I looked it up after the stream. Absolutely crazy. Looks amazing. Looks super fun. This is from Shout Factory. I'll read this. A workaholic yuppie Connor is in an existential rut until one night he catches a bizarre ad for a party hotline hosted by a strange dancing goblin. Frankie Frico. Could this be just the recipe to spice up his boring life? This looks amazing. It looks like it was made in the 80s. It's like all the effects that they use come straight out of the 80s. It's like real puppets for the goblins and real like primitive looking classic visuals and visual effects as well. The trailer looks great. Check out the trailer. If you like the trailer, you'll probably like the movie. If you don't like the trailer, you probably won't like it, but it looks absolutely insane and bananas. I don't know if I'd pick this one up a blind buy, but I would like to watch it because it looked like a lot of fun. It's not flan. Frankie Frico getting a Blu-ray release. I don't think it's ever going to come to 4K, so I think it's a safe bet if you just want to buy the Blu-ray. Very low budget, fun looking, kind of like student film. It clearly has a lot of respect for the 80s and the horror stuff that was made around that time period. Got another Steelbook here. One Piece. Is this a show? This might be a show. I don't know. This is an anime thing. I have no idea what this is. One Piece film is getting a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. So there you go. I'm so out of my depth when I talk about that. It Ends With Us. This was a little controversial film earlier this year. Not with the film, but with like the press tour or whatever. It Ends With Us getting a Blu-ray digital combo pack. This is based on the book. I think it's based on the same book written by the same author of Where the Crawdads Sing. My wife follows these things. Anything I'm saying right now is gleaned from her talking about stuff that happens on social media. But yeah, there you go. That's a romance drama based on a romance novel. It Ends With Us, starring Blake Lively, directed by Justin Baldoni. But that's getting a Blu-ray release. Brand new 2024 film, way down on the list. Then we've got Wolfman's Got Nards getting a Kino Lorber release from 2018. So many 80s throwbacks here. Look at this. Wolfman's Got Nards, a documentary, and this is a documentary. The heartfelt documentary explores the power of cult film told through the lens of the 1987 classic The Monster Squad and the impact it has on fans, cast and crew, and the industry. So a documentary about Monster Squad, which is a really fun film. I didn't grow up with that film. I watched it for the first time a few Halloweens ago, and it was fun. I kind of wish I'd grown up with it. I feel like I would have more of an appreciation for it if I had seen it. That's a famous quote from the film, if you don't know what the heck that means. Then we've got a few other Blu-ray versions of stuff we've already talked about. The 4:30 movie is coming out on Blu-ray. The Crow. Let's knock a few of these off, and then we'll talk about Criterion and collecting and anything else you guys want to talk about. Afraid is getting a Blu-ray release. This was a horror film about AI that came out earlier this year that I've heard is pretty terrible from some friends of mine. I don't know. I mean, I'll leave it up to you to decide. But it's a Blumhouse film. Afraid is getting, there's your Blu-ray release. $32 right now, which is pretty steep. We've also got Orphan, that's a TV show. We don't talk about TV shows on here, but it's an Orphan Black series that's getting a Blu-ray release. I think the only other thing to talk about here, really to touch on, is this from Raro Video, The Italian Connection, which looks like 3 films on here. When Godfather signs your contract, there's no place in the world you can hide. The Italian Connection from Raro Cinema Arts Visions. Very small little boutique label. It's about when a shipment of heroin disappears between Italy and New York. A small-time pimp in Milan is framed for the theft. So a little foreign crime drama, a little action, a little thrillery. There you go. That's a very small label. I don't even know how many there are. Let's click on Raro Video. Wow, they only have 5 listed on here. I'm sure they put out more stuff than that. But yeah, very small line. Maybe pick that one up if you love yourself some crime drama. It's in the perfect month, Noirvember. We are right in the middle of it. So that one might be a fun one. I need to see more Italian films. That's something I need to do. We are, like I said, in the midst of Noirvember. We've already knocked 2 off the list. Grace and I, we watched Asphalt Jungle a couple days ago. And then last night we watched Gilda, which is incredible. Holy crap. If you haven't seen Gilda, check it out. Already knocked 2 Criterions off the list. It's been fun so far. Can't wait to see plenty more noirs for the rest of the month. It's a big month. We're trying to do Noirvember. We're also trying to do the Criterion sale and all those hunting videos that come with that. So it's going to be a busy month. Stay tuned. I just recorded my October wrap-up video right before I started this live stream. So I'll be putting that up this week as well. Kind of going over all the best things I watched last month. Tons of videos coming out. Stay tuned. But right now, we've still got it's about 50 minutes to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So throw those questions at me, throw the comments in the live chat, and we'll just keep going. We got plenty of stuff to do. We made it through the releases pretty quick. Like I said, a small week. Let's see. Prism's Collection Corner. I thought Wizard of Oz was already on 4K. It is. It is on 4K. It's got a Steelbook, and I think it has a standard as well. This is just a gift set that they're doing for the 75th anniversary edition. So that's why it's out, and that's why some of us collectors are excited about it. Carrie Witt, I'm currently debating pre-ordering the Arrow limited edition box set of Demolition Man, LOL. Exactly, that's how they get you. I try to only do that for like the films I really like. Although, who am I kidding? I buy a lot of those Arrow video ones. Actually, again, this here that I haven't opened yet, I'll do a video on that soon. Hopefully I can get to that tomorrow, is an Arrow limited edition that I missed. It's one of the 4K slip box that came out years ago, like before I started collecting Arrow, and I found someone on one of the Facebook groups that was selling it for a decent price. Normally I can't find that one for less than $100, and I got it for like 60, so I'm very excited about that. So that will be coming soon to the channel. Let's see what else people are saying. Evil Dan's Den, I haven't seen it. Ends with Us, but it looked like slop. Yeah, I haven't heard great things about it. Evil Wax ended up having an epic Halloween film night with Eraserhead, An American Werewolf in London, and The Thing. Holy crap! How late did you stay up? All 3 were great movies. You watched those all in one night? That's amazing. That's really cool. Baloney, the complete Rankin and Bass Christmas collection would be nice on 4K disc. I don't think that's ever going to happen. We literally just got it for the first time on Blu-ray last year, and I don't even know if some of those were filmed in good enough quality to get a 4K disc. I bought the Blu-ray last year because I assume that's the highest quality we're ever going to get. It's actually really cool that we got all those in one set. I had like various different DVD sets, and you had to buy different ones to get them all. But the Blu-ray has every single one. It's a really cool set. I like it a lot. We watched several of them last year. They get really weird, like real quick. Like the big ones that you know are classics, but then they get super weird, and they're so long. Some of them go on way too long. Carrie Witt, I just picked up Peeping Tom on Criterion 4K. Really excellent all the way around. Cool, and the perfect time to watch it, around October. Posty, Italians used to love to market their movies by making audiences think they were sequels to popular movies. That said, The Italian Connection is a really good... Whoa, what is that word? Polygiotteschi. I don't know that word, but I'm glad you've seen it and that you like it. SC, maybe it was asked already. Barnes & Noble sale priorities. That's a great question, and it's great specifically for this year because we're trying to be a little bit more intentional this year. Grace and I both. We don't have a ton of money to spend on Criterions this month. We're gonna keep it pretty limited. So we've both made lists. I don't have mine. It's in the car still from our trip that we did over the weekend. We both have lists. And we're going to as many stores as we can and trying to find the things on our lists instead of just going into the stores like a deer in headlights and just being shocked by everything and just buying whatever we see. We're trying to stick to the list as much as we can instead of just impulse buying. So that's exactly what you're saying is what we're doing. We're having priorities. I wish I had my list in here so I could tell you specifics. Maybe I can pull up my Criterion channel or my Criterion wish list. because I do have things. There's some stuff that I picked up in the flash sale that I don't need to pick up, but yeah, there's definitely some priorities that I'm going for over just my entire wish list. There's stuff I actually want to prioritize. Some stuff that's going to be hard to find in stores. Hopefully I can find it in stores. We're planning on going to different stores this time, stores that we've never been to before. I'll throw off some here. I want to get more Kieslowski. I got the Decalogue earlier this year. I want to get the Double Life of Veronique, which is another film that he has in the collection. The Mikado. I've wanted the Mikado for the last few hauls. I've finally got to get that one. A Story of Floating Weeds / Floating Weeds. That's a really cool double feature. It's a director who remade his own film, 1934, and I believe 1959 is the other one. That just came out recently. I want to get that one as well. Le Havre is a really cool one. I've never seen that in stores, but I would love to find that one in stores. Clooney Brown is a Lubitsch film that Grace and I both really, really want. Color of Pomegranates was on my list. I really wanted to pick that one up, but I may have found a different version of that. Don't tell anyone. This will be coming soon. I finally found the second sight release of The Color of Pomegranates, and I'm so excited. It's coming in the mail now. Should be getting that one soon. But there's a few. I threw out about 5. That might be all. I'm hoping to aim for about 4 or 5 this month. I'm not going to go crazy like we have in the past, but we still will do the hunting videos. We still will go out with John and Grace and other guests from other social media platforms. Actually, someone reached out to me today to go out on a Criterion hunt. I need to get back to him right after this stream. But yeah, we're still going to do the hunting that everyone loves. We're still going to recommend stuff in the stores. We just have to be a little bit more, touchy with our finances this month. Unfortunately, there's been so many sales this year. An internet user, Salo was supposed to be the first part in Pasolini's trilogy of death. I know. How robbed were we of excellence? I don't know. Like I said, I still haven't seen Salo yet. I love all the Pasolini I've seen. I've only seen 5 of his films, and I just got the box set in the flash sale, so I'm going to go back and start watching some of his earlier stuff. I'm going to go through chronologically, so I'll watch Salo last. But yeah, I love the trilogy of life, but I don't know what a trilogy of death would be like. It seems like it would be very depressing and disturbing. So maybe we missed out. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. I'll have to let you know once I finally watch that one. Dan's Dan, re-releasing The Wizard of Oz all the time just makes sense. Yeah, it's a classic one. It's just like it's like It's a Wonderful Life. They just keep re-releasing that one as well. But not well. Like none of those releases are as cool as the Wizard of Oz releases we've been getting. Let's see. Carrie Witt, oh, interesting. Ethan Edwards says Rudolph is definitely the best. Probably. You're probably right. I have fond memories of Santa Claus Coming to Town, just because. But I like this. You're right. The '60s Rudolph is much better. But the weird psychedelic '70s Santa Claus Coming to Town, I watched a ton as a kid, and it's got the Winter Warlock in it. It's amazing. But yeah, Rudolph is probably the classic that everyone watches. What else do we got here? Evil Wax. Most of the Criterions I want come out in December, so I'll wait to pick those up in the next flash sale, February flash sale. You gotta wait for it. Ethan Edwards' Color of Pomegranates is definitely an acquired taste. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like a religious text that you have to have so much background and you have to study just to understand it, because you can't understand it just by looking at it. It's crazy, but it's exactly the kind of thing I like to dig into. So I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I've watched a little bit of it on the Criterion channel, looked at some of the supplements. I can't wait to get it in my hands. Quietly Games. I am a particular Criterion collection. Definitely has to be my liking. No money wasted here. Yeah, well, that's the one thing about Criterion that I love. I've had a couple blind buys that I didn't love, but they've had the best batting average with blind buys for me. Like most of the time, I'll enjoy the movie. There's not really any stinkers in the bunch. So I do a lot of blind buys with Criterion based on stuff I think I'll like, recommendations from you guys. But if I don't love it, I can sell it or give it away to someone else. So it's not that big of a deal. I think I've totally completely turned around on blind buys. I used to be anti-blind buy, but since I've gotten into Criterion and other boutique labels and found some really cool stuff that I never would have even had a chance to see, because the only way to watch it is on physical, I'm a huge proponent of blind buys now with Criterion, especially because it's $20. Like it's basically paying for a date night with my wife. Like we do a lot of movie nights downstairs. Just did a short earlier for Noirvember of a movie night that we had. Going out to a movie, is way more. We got kids. We got to pay a babysitter $15 an hour. We got to have dinner. We got to going to the movies costs like $100 at this point. Oh, maybe more. Paying $20 for a movie and then watching it downstairs it's great. It's just paying for a little date night. So even if we don't love the movie, it wasn't money wasted. It was a good evening together. And then we can always sell it or give it to someone else. Mark's Movie Menu end of the year pre-orders have killed my budget. Every time I think I can control my spending, they pull me back in. Same, dude. I went down a rabbit hole the other night. I really want to get the Bellatar box set that's coming out from Curzon. I really want to get that Serials box set that's coming out from Eureka. But I put them in my list. I think it was Diabolic DVD, or it was one of the aggregate sites that we can get stuff in America. And it was like $360. It was ridiculous. So I didn't buy any of it. But I was like, man, I really want to get those. Hopefully I can get those at some point before they go out of print, because those are going to go out of print pretty fast. There's a lot of Deaf Crocodile stuff I'm behind on. I want to pick up those limited editions. This year has been brutal, especially towards the end of this. Like, all of a sudden, all this stuff is coming out all at once. Carrie Witt, DJ, have you seen Cloak and Dagger? Feel like you would really like it. Of course, there's that cool Vin-Sin release. Yes, and I would love to get that Vin-Sin release, but it is like anywhere from 75 to 100, mostly like $100. I've very rarely seen it for like 80 maybe. But yeah, I would love to get that release. It's a VSU from Vin-Sin. It would go perfectly with my Daryl back there and my Beastmaster. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Beastmaster. I don't know what I was confusing it with, but yeah, I would love it. I can't afford it. I can't pay that much for a movie I've never seen. $100 is outrageous, but it seems fun. Seems like a fun family film. Posty, I've started a no mids strategy to collecting. I only let myself buy movies I really love, and I know I'll watch multiple times or blind buys. It's helped a ton with the budget. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. It's a mixed bag. Sometimes I would like to do that, but again, there's some movies that if I didn't blind buy, I would have never even had a chance to see. There's a lot of stuff that's still not streaming or even rentable. So yeah, it's tough, but I am going to start getting rid of more stuff. That's going to be my big push for 2025. I actually shot a video, an anti-haul, where I got rid of like 10 or 15 things, went through all of them, shot the whole video. Right before I hit stopped recording, my computer ran out of space and the whole video got deleted. And I was so mad about it that I haven't had a chance to reshoot it. So I don't know when I'll get back to that, but I do want to start doing videos where I get stuff out of the collection, because I keep just adding stuff. I need to start getting rid of stuff. That's what I need to get better about that. Selling stuff, finally putting stuff up on eBay, and getting rid of stuff, because I'm running out of space, if you can't tell. Evil Wax, anyone seen the 7 Samurai BFI 4K, and what is the quality like? That was playing in my theater over the weekend. I noticed we were up in the city and I saw it playing. I haven't seen it though, so I'm also interested in what it looks like. Bailey Walsh, I'll also probably only going to get a few or so this Barnes & Noble Criterion sale. Not exactly sure what releases I'm leaning towards yet. Same, yeah. I think we're all pinching our pennies this sale, but hopefully it's still fun. Hopefully it's still a good time. I enjoy shopping, and even if I only get one or two at the end of a nice haul video, is still fun. I like the in-store stuff. Kevin, you will love Clooney Brown. I've been wanting you to catch that one for some time now. Jennifer Jones stars in that one, and Portrait of Jenny, which you would absolutely love. I've loved all the Lubitsch I've seen. I can't wait to see that one. That was one that I used to see in Barnes & Noble's early on when I started this channel, but I have not seen it in like the last couple of years of sales, so I haven't had a chance to pick it up. I've been trying to, but I might have to get Barnes & Noble to order it for me. Baloney, I heard there's multiple cuts of The Amazing Colossal Man. Would love to see a boutique label make a complete restoration and release it. Sorry, the chat scrolled up on me. Internet user Kislowski was working on 3 films called Heaven, Hell, and Purgatory at the time of his death. Heaven and Hell eventually saw a release, but not Purgatory. That sucks. I love when directors do series. Like, I love the Eric Romer series he's been doing. What you just mentioned reminded me of, there's that series from Radiance that's coming out that I really want to get as well. What is it called? It's called Nothing is Sacred. 3 Heresies by Louis Buñuel. This is another box set on top of the other ones I already mentioned that's coming out at the end of this year that I really want to get. But that's a huge bummer that Kislowski did not get to finish his series that he was doing, or a trilogy of films. He's awesome at doing series. I've seen his Red and White from the Three Colors trilogy, or Blue and White from the Three Colors trilogy. He also did the Decalogue, so that is sad. Thanks for bumming me out, internet user. Jeffrey might use this sale to pick up the Val Lewton double feature on 4K this month, maybe the John Cassavetes 5-film set if I can't find it. I've seen the Val Lewton. I saw it over the weekend. It's awesome. It looks really cool. I didn't realize that it was more expensive than a single release. I thought the whole point of putting those together was because they're like low-budget horror movies and it made a good double feature, and it was just the price of one, but it's more expensive. It's like $60, so that was kind of a bummer. I didn't realize that. Ray Flood, are you going to get the new Inglourious Basterds Arrow video release in January? Probably not. I don't think so, but I know a lot of people are going to be super pumped about that one. That's a big one. Hey, a lot of his stuff, I feel like I've heard several of his movies getting announced for 4Ks this upcoming year, so that's really cool. Happy people are getting some of their favorite films from boutique releases. Arrow always does great stuff. Cinematum, great name. I think you'd like all of Parajanov, and moreover, Georgian cinema in general. It has the visual sumptuousness and surrealism in common with Soviet Russian East Euro fairy tales, etc. Are you talking about the director of Color of Pomegranates? I believe you are. I think that's the director. Let me double check real quick. Yes. Okay. So sweet. So he has other. Let me know if there are any other boutique releases of his work, because I'd definitely be interested in that. I love the surrealism and the crazy like medieval religious artwork imagery that he's doing. It's awesome. Posty, my wife and I had the exact same take on blind buys. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than the AMC. Exactly. Or anything like axe throwing or bowling, whatever you want to do. Everything is way more expensive, and we just love hanging in, especially if you have kids and you have to get a babysitter. But we just love hanging out here. We got a nice theater. We go downstairs and just watch a Criterion. It's a good night. Or any other boutique label release. Evil Wax, I watched my first Noirvember release, and it's highly recommended. It's called Victims of Sin. Stay tuned. Somebody may have picked that up in the Criterion sale already. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say if it's true, but stay tuned. An internet user, I heard that Purgatory was supposed to be about a photographer killed during the Bosnian War. Heaven stars Kate Blanchett and Giovanni Ribisi. Hell is a French film that came out in 2006, I think. Interesting. I've been trying to collect Kieslowski's films on physical. I don't think those are in any boutique label. Maybe they have releases, but they are more recent, so they might just have standard releases. That's cool. Thanks for the info. Baloney, if you have a favorite actor or actress, look up their filmography and look for their movies with uncredited roles. That would be fun. It'd be fun to look up. I've never done that. That's actually really cool. Kevin House, Santa Claus is Coming to Town is indeed great with an especially wonderful soundtrack. As a kid, I was bored by the scene when I was just thinking this when you said that. When Jessica sings My World is Beginning Today, but now I love it. Yeah, she really goes all in on that. And it gets so crazy. Like, it's super surreal. I actually like the imagery on that song. Even if you don't like that song as a kid, at least you have stuff to look at while she's singing. Quietly Games, do you have any Second Sight? I do. I just mentioned it earlier. Well, not yet, but it's coming. It's on the way. I have Color of Pomegranates, which is an out-of-print Second Sight release that I cannot wait. It's my first one. It's actually my first Second Sight. The other one I really, really want is Picnic at Hanging Rock, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get my hands on one of those. They're so expensive. It's been out of print forever. I'm looking at it right now on eBay. $180, $250. Like, it's outrageous. Those are the only two for the limited edition Picnic at Hanging Rock 4K. I doubt I'm ever going to get that one. Any family members listening, if you want to get me that for Christmas, that would be the best gift ever. None of my family's listening. What am I talking about? I want that really bad. Look at this. Look at this. Good gracious. $180 right there. But look how beautiful. Look how nice. Oh, it goes so perfect with my Color of Pomegranates. $250. Like, what? Come on, guys. That's ridiculous. That's outrageous. That's scalping. Evil Wax. I don't do many blind buys. There are way too many movies I love and want to own. I much more watch. Let me say that in a sentence that makes sense. Most of my viewing is movies that I haven't seen. I watch newer things. There's so much stuff that I haven't seen yet that I rarely do rewatches. Things that get me to do rewatches are like holidays or theme months, like stuff like that. Season, like if I want to do like, I'm going to watch some summer movies this year for summer, like that gets me to do rewatches. But it's hard to find time for rewatches. There's thousands of movies I haven't seen. What What else? Ethan Edwards, I buy it all. Got a big Kino fall sale haul, Scream Shocktober haul, and Criterion flash sale. Best part of not having kids. well, enjoy it for the rest of us, because I'll just send you one of my kids' daycare bills, and then you wouldn't be able to get anything for a whole year. Mark's movie menu. Blind buys scare me, but it's so exciting when you find an incredible film that you have never heard of before. Exactly. That is the best feeling ever. Like when you take a chance. Like the best experiences I had was I take a chance on like a big box set. Like when I bought the Eric Rohmer Four Seasons box set, it was like an investment. Very expensive. Took a chance. Well, same thing before that. My first ever Eric Rohmer, like when I bought the Six Moral Tales, like taking a chance on a director I'd never seen and falling in love with that director and that entire series of films and just like becoming one of my favorite directors of all time. That's amazing. And it's like I never would have had that if it wasn't for a Criterion and just getting caught up in the blind buys during the sales. It's crazy. It's so good. And even, I don't know, there's something about like, I don't know, even if I buy a movie that I don't like, I'm trying to think of an example of something that wasn't great. Like the Conan Chronicles earlier this year from Amazon. The first one's pretty good. First one's all right. It's great. But even though the second one is kind of a stinker, kind of sucks, it's not great. Just buying that box set in the Arrow sale, coming home, watching it with a couple of friends of mine, having two great movie nights with them, it made it worth it. Like, it's great. I will rewatch the first one at some point. Maybe I'll show the second one to my kids at some point. So yeah, there's something fun. I like collecting. It's not just about the movies for me. Like, if I wasn't into movies, I would be collecting something else. It's just part of me. I've been collecting since I was a kid, and the collecting is a whole nother side of it. That makes it special, and I like it. So even if the films aren't amazing, but when you do, like you said, when you do find a film that you take a chance on and it pays off, like Qui-Gon earlier this year, loved it, amazing. Knew nothing about it except for that it was highly recommended to me, and it was incredible. The best thing I watched in this entire October season. It's wonderful. Carrie Witt, FYR, I picked up the non-VSU version of Cloak and Dagger, found it for less than $20. Cool, exactly. Yeah, you can. That's what's great is they do the standard versions. I like when the boutique labels do that. Aiden Bond talked about this earlier. Thoughts on the new Wizard of Oz Steelbook? Is it worth picking up? Not for me yet. $68 is too steep for me, but if it comes down, we talked about this earlier on the stream, so if you want to go back, people, if it's around 50, I'll probably think it's worth it. But yes, it's a little steep. It's a little steep for me. I don't know, maybe 60. Maybe I could go to 60 because it is one of my favorite films of all time. But I don't. It's gonna be up to you if it's worth it or not. It just depends. If you have the money. I don't have the money right now. If I did, it'd be a little bit more worth it. Eva Wax, I'm curious if you and Grace aren't doing live sound while you're shopping because the stores don't want you doing it. I do prefer the in-store banter over the voiceover. We're still doing the live sound in the Criterion videos. It's Criterion is fine because we're like back in the back of the store and it works much better. When we do like the CD warehouse hauls, like the store is literally like 10 feet from front to back. Like the shelves are here and the people at the counter are like right behind us. So it's just super awkward to talk in the store. So that's why we don't do it there. But we shot a couple Criterion hauls over the weekend with John and Grace and we used the mics. We talked in store. It's the same old thing. I just can't really, there's not really an easy way to do it in those tiny little secondhand stores, but nothing's changing about the Criterion hall. So don't worry. It will be back. It will be back. It's more fun to talk in the store. I don't like doing voiceover either, but just kind of a necessary evil. Kevin House, favorite Criterion blind buy for me was Marcel Pagnol's Marcel trilogy with Marius. That's a lot of words I cannot read. Marius, Fanny, and Caesar. Have not even heard of that, so thanks for that recommendation. I'll have to look into that one as well. Ray Flood, highly recommend the movie The Long Goodbye for Noir November. Interesting. We didn't do any like neo-noirs this time around. We're trying to keep it more classic, but I really do want to watch Wait, you're not talking about Long Good Friday. You're talking about Long Goodbye, which I'm not familiar with. I thought you were talking about Long Good Friday. The Long Goodbye. Interesting. 1973. So I think it technically would be considered more of a neo-noir. Have not seen that one. That's very cool. We already have our lists set for Noirvember, but thank you for the recommendation. Maybe we'll be able to look into that one next year. Grace is looking for some more noirs this month. We'll see if she finds any more. Not like we need any. We already have a stacked list. Evil Wax, for those who want to sample Radiance titles before buying them, the free streaming service Canopy has multiple titles. I've never used Canopy. I've always heard about it. It's like a library streaming service, right? Like you get it for free with your library card. I need to look into that, but I don't have time for streaming services. I got so much stuff on the shelf to watch. Internet user, for the next Noirvember, go to Wikipedia and search up list of film noir films and see which ones interest you and Grace. Yeah, we didn't have to do that because we already own so many of them, and the way I found mine, I don't know what Grace did. I think she just Googled, but the way I looked at mine was I have a database app where I keep all my movies. I just did a filter where I switched it up to only the genre of film noir and then picked from that. So it made it pretty easy. But yeah, that's another way we could have done it. Carrie Witt, I've been known to blind buy based on art alone. That way, even if the film is less than stellar, you get some cool art on the shelf. That's another thing. I mean, that's what I'm saying with the big Arrow box set and stuff. It's still like a nice collector's piece that I can display on my shelf. Even if I like the movie, but it's not the best, sometimes a really, really cool release can push it over the top. Even if it's not one of your favorite movies. Evil Wax, no way I would ever pay $180 for a movie, even a special edition release. Yeah, I'm exactly the same way. The only time I've ever paid like that much is, like I said before, with like collections of films like the Eric Rohmer set. I think I paid $200 for the Eric Rohmer set from Arrow Academy, but that was 10 films, so that's only $20 a film. That kind of stuff, I can get up to that price. I cannot pay $180 for just one movie, though. That's nuts. It does include a book, but still, that's too much. Posty, I work from home, so I rewatch all day at work. Some people listen to podcasts. I watch movies. I need to get a Blu-ray player in my office so I can do the same thing. I need to get a TV mounted right there, honestly, because I should be doing the same thing. That's what's been tough for me to watch special features recently, is because I don't have a player in here. I have to go all the way down to the theater or go out to the living room, and I don't like working on a couch. It's just not comfortable for me. So I need to get a player in here. That might be something I should start investing in, getting a player and a TV for this room so that I can do that, because I used to do that. I used to watch movies while I work. I have a very creative job that I can kind of just work with my hands while listening to something else. Bailey Walsh, I used to rewatch movies pretty often, but and I do work from home too. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yes, I also work from home every day. I used to rewatch movies pretty often, but I definitely don't as much now, and for the past handful of years, yeah, same. Billoni, my first round of Criterion shopping was The Black Stallion, cool, the Browning version, the complete Mr. Arkadin, Fishing with John, Francis Ha, and the Heroic Trio. Sweet. That's really cool. That's a nice stack. The only one I have in that stack is the Black Stallion, unfortunately. But we've been interested in a few of those. Baloney, the importance of... Oh, wow, he's still going. He's picked up several more things already. Jeez Louise, you're way ahead of us. Terminal Station, Mikey and Nikki, Train Spotting. Wow. Jeez. Well, I hope you enjoy all those. You said most of those are blind buys, but I hope you enjoy all of them. Joshua, if you liked Qui-Gon, you definitely need to see the Human Condition trilogy. Absolutely. There is an Arrow Academy release of the Human Condition trilogy. I know it's also in the Criterion collection, but I really like those Arrow Academy sets, so I might get that eventually. I know it's very different than Qui-Gon. It's very much more realistic, but I've absolutely loved Kobayashi, at least with that one film I've seen. So I'm interested in checking out more of his stuff. So thanks for that recommendation. Carrie Witt, I am of age. I used to blind rent. Obviously not as much skin in the game, but I found some of my favorite all-time films that way. And I remember renting After Hours and how much I loved that movie. Exactly. That's cool. I remember renting too. I remember like physical media rental stores, like besides Blockbuster. I never liked Blockbuster. Blockbuster kind of sucked, but we had like a Family Video, I think it was called, or something. So much cooler. You could find some really cool obscure things there. Unfortunately, we were only really allowed to watch like kids and family movies growing up, so I didn't really explore that much, but they had way more than Blockbuster, which was basically just walls and walls of the same new release over and over, which was a bummer. And they had some stuff on the inner shelves, but yeah, I miss movie rental. We still have a movie rental store here in Atlanta. It's called Videodrome, and they've got tons of boutique stuff. I wish I lived closer to it. My friend John lives really close to it, and he picks up stuff from there every single week. They're like $5 a piece or something. Very, very affordable, and they have all kinds of all the boutique stuff that we talk about on these shows. He's always sending me pictures of stuff he's renting. Very jealous, but it's all the way up in the city. I live like more than an hour away from it, so I couldn't do it. Henry, see if people here are interested in your releases that you're planning to get rid of. That was the plan. That's why I recorded the whole video, and then it got deleted, so now I'm going to have to reshoot it at some point. But yeah, I'll mention the things that are popping up that I'm getting rid of, and then I'll direct people over to my eBay, and you can buy them on there for super cheap if you're interested in anything that I'm getting rid of. Thank you, Jeffrey Patron, for getting rid of that troll in the chat before I even saw what they said. That's why you get moderators, guys. Cinematum, Canopy, and Hoopla link to your library card. I've used one of those before for audiobooks, but I haven't used one for movies yet. Cinematum, also, I avoid blind buys, so checking out from the library is what I do a lot. Another great, solid option. Ethan Edwards, I paid $180 for Criterion's Olympic film set because it was half price at Barnes & Noble. And years ago, they let you take an additional 10% off if you had a membership. So $400 was $180. That's an amazing deal. Fantastic. And that's a ton of films. That's not like one film. So that's a good deal. Evil Wax, watch Bergman's Hour of the Wolf. It was a truly creepy movie with astonishing cinematography. I've got to finally get into some Bergman. This is the year that I'm watching Fanny and Alexander. I'm saying it right here. You guys hold me to it. I'm finally going to watch that this year. It's been like 3 years that's been on my list, and I haven't, or at least 2. And I haven't got to it yet. I got to finally do that. Ethan just literally got his flash sale 2 days ago. Sorry, that is a bummer. I don't know where you live, but geez, that took a while. I'm glad you got it though. At least it arrived in one piece. Ray Flood, Double Indemnity is going to be my blind buy for the Criterion sale this month. I also want to get Risky Business. Double Indemnity is great. We watched that one a couple months ago now, I guess right before October started, and it was a lot of fun. Grace picked it, and she loves it. It's one of her favorite noirs now. Cinematum, there is the Eclipse Kobayashi box with 3 or 4 movies featuring Tatsuya Nakadai? I actually added that to my Criterion wish list right after I watched Quiet On because I loved it so much. So there's a lot of those Eclipse series. Maybe the sale is a good time to grab those. I should probably buy more of those. Maybe I should start like buying one each sale. The Pearls of the Czech New Wave is another Eclipse series that I really want to get my hands on that I still don't have. What's the time here? I'm just talking away. We're at 1:12. Okay, got about 15 more minutes. You guys are great this evening. You guys are keeping me very busy with all of your great questions and topic of conversation. Henry, speaking of uncredited roles, well, technically, early credited role, Tony Curtis, who is in Winchester 73, has an extra role and is billed as Anthony Curtis. Interesting. We just talked about Tony Curtis on our Noirvember video. Tony Curtis is great. I didn't know that. That's a weird factoid about him. Evil Wax, I blind bought Kurosawa's Dreams. It looks amazing, but I'm on the fence on whether or not I like the movie. Oh, you've seen it and you still don't know. Interesting. Oh, sometimes sometimes movies take a little bit. Maybe take a second viewing, or maybe just take you thinking about it a little bit. I've had that before. Baloney, camera failure, not the right time for purge of physical media. Not meant to be at this time. Okay, maybe so. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should wait till 2025 to start curating the collection. But yeah, it was so annoying. It was like a 45-minute video I shot. The video's not going to be 45 minutes, but my recording sessions are always a lot longer than the videos end up being because I edit a lot. And man, I literally said, I'll be back again, or what would I say? Until next time, keep collecting. I'll be back with another one real soon. I had said my closer, and I was looking for the stop recording button, and then bloop, it popped up message. It wasn't a camera failure. It was my computer full, no more space. And then boom, the way my recording thing is set up, if it doesn't finish the recording, it deletes all of it. It was completely lost. And I tried to look up like these corrupted file like fixer softwares, and I found some that actually work, but they make you pay like $40 a month or something to use their software, and I was like, I'm not gonna pay $40 for a video that's not gonna make anywhere near that much money. That would be a waste. So I'll just re-record it sometime down the line. It was a huge bummer. It was a whole wasted evening. That it was like last Thursday or something. No, that was Halloween. It was the Thursday before that. It was such a bummer. Carrie Witt, nothing better than mom and pop video stores. I have home movies from the late 80s of me and my buddies going into those places. What a time capsule. Evil Dead poster, Daryl Hannah, Splash, Standy. I'm with you, man. I miss it. I have a lot of fond memories of doing that with my family. I don't have any video footage. That would actually be really cool. I wish I had more video footage of my childhood. My kids are going to have way too much. An internet user, have you seen any Jean-Pierre Melville films? Interesting that you bring that up. No, I have not, but I was just talking about this with a friend of mine recently because he has had several films just get 4K releases from Kino Lorber that used to be in the Criterion collection. All they have is out-of-print DVDs. I guess they lost the rights, and now Kino Lorber has them. Le Samurai just came out from Criterion, but a couple other ones, Les Doulos and Bob Le Flambour, both got 4K releases from Kino Lorber. I was interested in picking them up, but I would hate to buy those and then they come back to Criterion at some point. I don't know. I'm holding off. I'll probably start with Le Samurai and see how much I like that one. And then maybe I'll go to Kino and pick up some of his other films. But he also did Army of Shadows, Le Cercle Rouge, which is in the Criterion collection and does have a 4K release. I haven't seen any of his films, but I've heard nothing but great things about him. Ben Loves Movies is back. I don't know if you remember me, but I joined some of your streams from February and March and have been very busy. Hey, well, no worries. We're all busy. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you. Throw us some questions. We'll talk about movies. Evil Wax, I'm thinking of blind buying Wings of Desire on 4K this month. Do it. I love Wings of Desire. It's great. Or Paris, Texas. I haven't seen Paris, Texas. And that's another 4K that they have of his. But yeah, I bought Wings of Desire right before the 4K came out, which is a bummer because I would have absolutely waited if I had the chance. But yeah, Wings of Desire is awesome. It's great. Ethan Edwards, the Ozu Eclipse sets are all great, as is Kaurismäki's Proletariat set. Yeah, I have the one Ozu set, the Silent Family Comedies, but I don't have the crime dramas set from Ozu. Like I said earlier, I have another Ozu film on my list this year, and that is Floating Weeds. So one of these days, I'm going to finally do a deep dive on Ozu because I have a few of his films that I need to finally watch. Ray Flood, do you plan on getting the Paper Moon Criterion release later this month? Absolutely. I don't know if I'm going to get it or if I'm just going to let Grace buy it because she wants it too. We both have a vested interest in that one after watching Little Darlings earlier this year. That's definitely a must pick up this month. Carrie Witt, Le Samurai, my favorite J.P. Melville. That's a must own. That's what I hear. Ethan says Bob Le Flambour is great. I have the Criterion DVD. Upgraded to Blu-ray, then announced the damn 4K a few months later. Been there, man. Been there, brother. Done it many times. Many times. I should make a t-shirt, honestly. That would be a brilliant idea. I'll finally start my merch store, and it's going to be you're welcome for that 4K release. Evil Wax, I own Le Samurai and Le Cercle Rouge. Love Melville films. Have you seen The American Friend, DJ? My favorite Wim Wenders. No, I haven't. I have not seen nearly enough Wim Wenders. I need to watch more. Bailey Walsh, my favorite Melville films are Les Doulos and Léon Maureen Priest. I'm also kind of waiting because I'd rather have the Criterions if those Kino titles are also getting Criterion re-releases. Exactly. See, that's the boat we're in. We never know. You never know. The rights are flipping all over the place. Some of them are in Criterion and they have 4Ks. I guess the rights are different for Blu-ray versus 4K, but like Some Like It Hot is a Kino 4K, but a Criterion Blu-ray. Super confusing. The Last Emperor is a Criterion 4K and an Arrow 4K. Like both. Like what's going on? Like can we keep it straight? Can we keep it straight? Baloney. Paper Moon is incredible. Ben Loves Movies. Have you seen Kurosawa's High and Low? It is a noir police procedural film. No, sir, I have not. But it is on my list to check out this month for Noirvember. So I will have seen it by the end of this month. I definitely want to get to that one. That one is pretty high up on my list as well. Ray Flood. Imagine how awesome Sunset Boulevard would be in the Criterion collection. There's a lot of noirs that are not big. I don't think Warner Brothers will ever give over the rights to Criterion, but maybe. But yeah, a lot of those noirs are Warner Brothers films. We have them back there, but yeah, I'd love a Criterion version. Internet user Melville was working on a spy thriller at the time of his death. We were robbed. Man, that seems to be the theme of tonight's conversation, is all these films that we were supposed to get, but all these filmmakers died before they could complete them. That's a huge bummer. Like Lost Films is so sad to me. I just watched, I think it's still here, for my Halloween video that I shot. The Golem is crazy. If you haven't seen this, or I guess research this film. Even if you're not going to watch it, at least research it. This is crazy. This is not, I finally watched it this year, and it's not a film. It's the real title is The Golem: How He Came Into the World. The Golem is what it was called here in America. But this is a trilogy of films from the same director. He directs the films. He stars in them as the Golem. This is the third one, 1920. The first one came out in 1915, and the second one came out in 1917. It's a trilogy of films. This one is the third one, and it's also a prequel. This is such a crazy franchise how this came together. But having watched this, I was so bummed that the other two are lost. Like, we don't have the other two. This is the only one we have. First two films completely lost. Maybe we'll find them someday. But yeah, I would love to go back and watch those just to see what the rest of the series is like. It seems crazy. It seems really bonkers. But we never will. Like, there's so many films. Like Greed, I would love to see the full, 8-hour uncut version of Greed that we'll never get. There's so many lost films. I like reading about it. It's a bittersweet hobby of mine, is like reading about lost films, because it's fascinating, but it's also a huge bummer. Or like altered films that were edited by the studio and all the reels were deleted and we don't have the originals. Like, I know my friend Connor has that all the time with Orson Welles movies. It's very depressing. Carrie Whitt, I mentioned it before, but after I watched it this week, The Grifters is definitely worthy of your neo-noir library. Excited Criterion is doing that kind of one. Yeah, I think that's next year. Is that January? I think that's coming out January. Heard great things about it. Haven't seen it, obviously, but I'm looking forward to it when it comes out. Maybe that'll be a July pickup next year. Ray Flood, do you have any Chaplin movies in your collection? Yes. I almost have all of Criterion. I think I may have all of Criterion's Chaplin movies. The Kid, love it, amazing. The Circus, amazing. Gold Rush, incredible. Modern Times, love it. And then I have some that I haven't seen yet, like City Lights I haven't seen. Monsieur, I can't remember what the ending of that one is called. The Great Dictator, and then, what's the one that's really serious? That's like a self-portrait. Chaplin. Yeah, City Lights, Great Dictator. Limelight. That's the other one. I do have Limelight. I picked that one up this year, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Monsieur Verdot. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, I have all the Chaplin movies that are in the collection. I have 3 left to see, but all the 4 I've seen, loved. Incredible. He's one of my favorites. I love Chaplin. Kevin House. I'm thinking of buying Melville's Les Du Soufflé in the Criterion sale. Eddie Mueller is going to show it on TCM Saturday night. Sweet. I love that you're giving us all the updates on the TCM broadcasting. Henry Beidencap. Check out Kobayashi's Harakiri, his best work. I have that one, and I will be checking it out. Back there on the shelf. As soon as we get through all this crazy Noirvember and then Christmas stuff, early next year, I'm going to get to all the things that I can finally watch. Carrie Whitt, did you hear Ridley Scott is going to do another Alien? The man is 86. Amazing. Actually kind of excited for Gladiator 2. Cool. I'm glad you're excited. I haven't been keeping up, but I didn't hear great things about Napoleon. I saw The Last Duel. It was pretty good, but yeah, I'm not on the bandwagon. I need to get back on, I guess. Let's see. What do we got? We got about 6 minutes left on the program. Michael Smith, DJ, you need to stop putting off City Lights. Masterpiece. I know. And that's kind of why I've been saving it, because I want to watch it. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, probably early next year. Hopefully I can get to that one. Baloney, Annette Bening got me hooked with The Grifters. I make sure to see everything she does. Cool. I didn't know it was that recent. Wow, interesting. Carrie Whitt, there are also killer new posters for Eggers' Nosferatu. My anticipation for this movie is approaching danger levels. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I hope I love it, because I love the original Nosferatu. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it comes out after it's been through the Eggers machine. Ray Flood, my personal Chaplin favorite is The Circus. Yes, dude, that's amazing. I'm exactly the same. The Circus is my favorite as well. I watch it all. I've seen it many, many times. Me and the kids love it. I showed it to my kids very early. It's the best. I've said this story before, but I sing Swing Little Girl, or used to sing that to my daughter to get her to fall asleep every night. Now she wants us to sing Edelweiss from The Sound of Music. I just had to sing that upstairs actually earlier this evening to get her to fall asleep. But yes, Circus is the best. I'm sure he's made better films, but Circus is my personal favorite. Can watch that anytime. It's wonderful. Evil Wax, I commented about this on your November video. Thank you for repeating. I have not had time to reply to as many comments as I'd like to. But my highest of recommendations goes to The Elevator to the Gallows, and High and Low. Watching Jean Moreau on screen with Miles Davis. Score is amazing. Those are two of my most anticipated too. I want to watch Kurosawa, and I want to watch the Louis Malle film as well. So don't worry, I'll definitely be getting to those this month. Those are pretty high up on my list. I chose Asphalt Jungle first because, first of all, because it was in the Noirvember book, and we made like some fun cocktails to go with it. But also, I've been meaning to get this one forever, and it was it was very early on in the Noirvember book. So glad I watched that one. That one's great. It's a heist movie, very interesting. It doesn't really have a main character. It has it's a very interesting ensemble that I liked quite a bit. Prisms, Wizard of Oz was already released on 4K, I thought, in reply to the comment earlier about the new 4K being $57. Yes, it is. There, you can get it. You can get the standard 4K. This is just a special edition gift set version. Internet users, speaking of unrealized projects, check out the ones for Orson Welles and Del Toro. I don't want to, man. That's going to bum me out. Don't make me do that. Cinematum. Chabrol did a good version with Charles Denner, Bluebeard, in Anglo. I'll have to look that up. Interesting. Quietly Games, have you seen Godzilla -1? No, I didn't. I missed that. It was only in theaters very briefly here, and I don't have Netflix, so I still have not seen that. I need to finally do it. I think it's coming back to theaters soon. I think I heard that. Ray Flood, Harold Lloyd is an underrated silent classic film or silent film comic. Oh, absolutely. I love Harold Lloyd. The Safety Last is great. Speedy, also really, really good. But I think my favorite might actually be The Freshman. The Freshman just came out of nowhere last year. We did a podcast on it, me and Connor, on our Criterion Corner podcast that we used to do. Probably won't be doing that anymore, unfortunately. But we loved it. The Freshman was amazing. I think they only have 4 of his films. They have Speedy, Safety Last, The Freshman, and The Kid Brother, which I haven't watched yet. I got to watch that last one. But those are the only 4 that are in the Criterion collection, I believe. But they're all great. They're wonderful. He's great. Carrie Witt, I should know this, but is Chaplin's City Lights on Criterion? Yes, it is. It's the blue one with him on the cover. It's kind of a drawing of him on the cover. I can show you it right here. There it is. City Lights. I love the covers on all these. The Kid is just a photo, but all the other ones have really cool artwork. Not crazy about the Modern Times one, now that I say that. But look at Gold Rush, is great. Circus is wonderful. City Lights is really cool. Love the Limelight cover. Great job, Criterion. Put out more of his movies, because I've run out of stuff to buy. Michael Smith, I got Asphalt Jungle today. Well, sweet. I don't know if I had anything to do with that, but hope you enjoy it. I quite enjoyed it. It's one of those movies that you can tell is based on a novel. It feels like a novel. It's really cool. I liked it quite a bit. Maybe not as much as Gilda, but that's hard to beat. Gilda is hard to beat. It's great. I'll talk about it at the end of the month. We'll go over everything we've seen. Prism's mentioning not unrealized projects, but ruined projects by Orson Welles. That's whole nother. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. It's a whole nother depressing rabbit hole that you can go down, specifically with the Magnificent Ambersons. Carrie Witt, the king of unreleased projects. Jodorowsky's Dune. Great documentary, by the way. I'm excited to watch that. Somebody sent me that through my Amazon wish list. Link in the description if you want to send me anything. No worries. Great documentary, I've heard. I can't wait to watch it. Somebody sent it to me a couple months ago, right before October. Haven't had time to watch it. The end of the year is always crazy, but I really want to watch that soon. Harold Lloyd lost a thumb and finger from a prop bomb that blew up. Yes, he did. And you can see in The Freshman, he has to wear like a fake hand. And you can see it in some scenes. He does a really good job of hiding it. But yeah, that's interesting. I learned that from Leonard Maltin on the commentary for The Freshman. Ray Flood, we need Buster Keaton in the Criterion Collection. We don't need it because all of his films have been put out by Kino Lorber and Eureka. But it would be cool. I already have them all from Kino Lorber, but if Criterion put out a box set, I would absolutely be tempted. That's another one from Eureka that I would love to have, but I'll never have, is their big Buster Keaton box set. Let me see. Buster Keaton box set from Eureka. Let's see what this... Yeah, there it is. Guys, come on. There's one on eBay. And this is just his short films. This isn't even movies. This is this beautiful Eureka box set they put out. $600, $599.99. I would love to have that. It looks amazing. Look at that big thick book in there. I would like to read it. I would love to watch all these short films. I don't have $600. Good Lord, that's nuts. What is wrong with people? I'm gonna get heated again. But yeah, I would love that box set. But it's crazy. Ben loves movies. Asphalt Jungle is really great, but Kubrick's The Killing is my favorite noir heist. I agree with you. It's still higher on my noir list, but Asphalt Jungle is great. And I think it's a little bit of a different thing. But they both star Sterling Hayden, which is kind of fun. He's better in Killing though. He's fresh. He's fresh as a daisy in Asphalt Jungle, but he's fun. He's a little Kentucky boy. Michael Smith, Von Stroheim, Wells, and Peckinpah all had many of their films ruined by suits. Yeah, we're just gonna have to start sharing tissues here in a minute. I love Stroheim, but yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I mean, it's a commercial medium. What are you gonna do? Sometimes it happens, but it does really suck. An internet user, nice that Sterling Hayden is in both The Killing and the Asphalt Jungle. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Ethan, yes, thanks for mentioning that. Cohen has been doing Keaton too. Yeah, they have. I haven't seen them release one in a while, but they were doing double features for a while. I think they did 4 volumes, maybe 5. I don't know if they're ever going to finish, though, but Kino Lorber did finish. Not finish. I mean, he did a million movies, but they did pretty much all the ones you need, which is a lot of fun. Baloney, Buster Keaton's The Cameraman is on Criterion. It is. That's the only one that Criterion has, and it's great. I watched that earlier this year. I don't think I talked about it on the channel, but so fun. Really, really cool. I like that. It's a very understated Keaton. It doesn't have like a big, huge set piece like most of his films do that it's kind of known by. It's just really, really fun gags and a fun situation that he's in. I like it quite a bit. Michael Smith, I got that for way less than that. The Keaton set, I mean. Oh, you have it? Oh, we might have to talk. Michael Smith. Are you willing to part with it? That's awesome that you have it. It's such a cool set. I would love to have it. Carrie Witt, as we wrap this up. Oh, we're already past an hour 30. All right, let's wrap this up. Let me read these last 2 here. Did I ever mention that you need to watch Dark City as well for your neo-noir leanings? Well, you do. I'm interested in Dark City. I recently just watched Alex Proyas's debut feature, which is called, what is it? Angels of the Air, Gremlins of the... It's a crazy title. I can't remember what it's called. Alex Proyas. I want to give the right title. Of course, it's not going to... Oh, yeah. Spirits of the Air, Gremlins of the Clouds is what it's called. It's great. I absolutely loved it. I don't think it's very close to his other films. It's very different, but I liked it a lot. I got it from Vinegar Syndrome back in the halfway to Black Friday sale, and because I liked it so much, I was interested in checking out his next 2 films, which are The Crow and then Dark City. Haven't done that yet. Probably would have been good to watch those in like October for The Crow and November for Dark City, but maybe next year. But I am interested. But thanks for the extra motivation to watch that. Evil Wax. I'm willing to die on the hill that Touch of Evil is the greatest noir film of all time. That's another one that I need to see. Just missed our list this year. Ethan Edwards. Von Stroheim was nuts, though. He would spend days and days trying to film birds flying in a particular pattern. He insisted underwear be period correct, even though no one would ever see it. Hey, sometimes you gotta be a little crazy to make some good films. I don't know. I actually didn't know that, but that's actually hilarious. Thanks for sharing that. Adolfo Rivera, very disappointed that the 4K of Zodiac didn't have Spanish audio or subtitles. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a bummer. That seems like it should be a given these days. Anyway, let's wrap it up. We've gone a little bit over tonight because I've had such a good time talking to you. Thanks so much, guys. We've kept a pretty good audience this whole evening. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for all the interaction and the comments and questions and all the recommendations. I love them. Love it. If you want to throw more recommendations for Criterions I should pick up in the comments, I'm being a little picky this month, but if you do a good enough job of recommending it, I might pick it up. And we will be getting those videos out to you very, very soon. Stay tuned. Lots of stuff coming out this week. I'll talk to you in the comments. As always, thank you guys for joining me this evening. And we'll do this again next week and talk about some more new releases next Monday night. Thanks again. And until next time, keep collecting. And I'll be back with another one real soon.